Hi Cancer, how are you guys? Let's do your reading. So just wanted to show you this coming out in pre-shuffle. This Ten of Cups has come out several times. So, and then with paired with the Page of Swords, it's like somebody is, almost maybe even romanticizing, but somebody is really just illuminating this vision of the end-all be-all, the complete happiness, love, family. Ten of Cups doesn't get more loving than that. And it's kind of like taking over their, and it's in a very positive way. It's not in that anxious way. It's in that, it's just got a very strong, heavy, happy vibe. Okay, now I almost said this. Wow, this came, that's crazy. Because I was going to tell you guys, I'm feeling Six of Wands, and I saw it several times in the pre-shuffle. So, and there it is. Look at that. Somebody is really thinking about, and this page is it's kind of a young energy. It's light, not fully matured, but it's good in this sense because it's kind of like no baggagey. It's like, let's imagine everything that this could be. And then you've got the Six of Wands. The Six of Wands is where somebody is all about, victory, success, being recognized as something. And then here, another, if we keep going, it just keeps going. All right. Yeah, celebration. Somebody is really putting a lot of thought into what it would be like with you, I believe. So let's see. What is going on? Okay, there it is again. So strong Ten of Cups. Also, at the end, we'll either do an intention that we can all do together in the comments, or we'll do a yes/no question with the pendulum if you want to think about what you would ask. A yes/no question, okay? So, see. Okay, Ten of Swords. I got this in pre-shuffle too. So this is an ending of difficulty. Look at that. Ten of Swords. So 10-10. So something amazing after something ending. Bottom of the deck, we have the Devil card. That is Capricorn energy. Okay, so the person on your mind right now, the Knight of Cups. Wow, this person loves you. I mean, they're thinking, look at, again, the light illuminating. Can you guys see these lines? The light illuminating off of him. That's perceived for, that's love. So that's what it feels like when your heart chakra is open, and when you're feeling love, it feels like light. Light and love, in my mind, spiritually, are synonymous. So what I'm getting is that somebody that has, that is, that is mature, that isn't immature, but having this playful young energy with that Page of Swords, or Page of Cups, I'm sorry. I'm a little tongue twisted. So, I don't know, there might be some throat chakra stuff going on. But just a ton of love. So the person on your mind is filled with love, is wanting to come towards you. Yeah, like make things bounce. Oh my gosh, there again, look, the light. They're like illuminating this light and this love. So they're visualizing. Here we have a crystal ball. How do you feel about them? King of Pentacles. Respect. Oh, somebody generous. Six of Pentacles. So this is somebody that you want. Looks like somebody that you see as generous and giving. Somebody, looks to me like somebody that's, got some security. Wow. Nine of Wands. Somebody that's got healthy boundaries is what this looks like. And I can hear some of y'all going, nope. Let's clarify. Well, let's look at the recent past. Nine of Cups. So self-care, self-love, abundance. Yeah, this is a very crazy positive. And Knight of Pentacles. So somebody took the time to do, it looks like, some inner work. and is possibly now reaping the benefits of that inner work, inner healing, seeing things more clearly, coming into a more stable place. Of course, when you're doing the inner work, it's not, it's not enjoyable at that moment. Here we have the Queen of Pentacles. That would be like a power couple. One more on the past, please. Yeah, it's been probably somewhat of a roller coaster, up and down. Juggling the, what I just got that, it's that like almost confusion of not falling into down the rabbit hole when you start doing inner work, like that in between the spiritual realm and the physical realm, trying to keep that balance, like not going overboard, with it, staying grounded. It's kind of like juggling two things, juggling, everyday life with the depth of having to try and heal. But somebody has really taken the time to do some, I believe, inner healing, self-care, self-work. So this also has got a feeling of, not sacrificing. I think you or somebody in their past has put others' needs in front of their own, which kind of is like normalized, but really isn't healthy. They're finding out that's really unhealthy, because when you suppress your own needs or your voice and what you need to say, actually gets stored in our nervous system, and then it can cause, dis-ease, discomfort. So I feel like somebody here, somebody here has done some learning that where they thought being the martyr or being the person that always put other people first was a positive trait, something, to be recognized for. They're realizing that doesn't work. It doesn't work long term. It just, the person, it's like, oh, they're such a great person. Oh, they do, but that person ends up getting sick or unhealthy or drained. So that, I think, has been a big change. Something that's been turned around. I'm curious about this Devil card. Tell me about the Devil card. Could be a Capricorn. Four of Pentacles. Okay, so somebody was unable to let go. See that? The Devil card is typically can't let go. It could be an unhealthy tie. It's being protective. It's chained. So this has got an element of somebody wasn't able to let go of something. Maybe we should go a little more. One more on that. Somebody that kept coming and going, in and out. So the in and out trap. The in and out trap is where, our mind, we get rewarded by the intermittent pleasure. So it's kind of like a slot machine. It's like rejection, 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 but then they come back or they text or whatever, and then we get that dopamine hit. And so when the rejection starts again, it's a pattern. We get into a habit or a pattern of waiting for that next hit. So I don't know how that is playing into everything, but look at this. The Four of Wands at the bottom of the deck. That's the 1111. What's next? What do we ask? What are this person's next actions towards you? Oh goodness, they're in their head. But see, this is interesting because this is, let's clarify that. Five of Swords, conflict. Opposite of what we picked up on in the very beginning. What's the Five of Swords? How to do it. I'm wondering if you have two people here. Because I do feel two different energies. We have a young, playful. This could be a renewed sense because somebody got balanced, worked on their healing, worked on their trauma, did the inner work, and now is getting, able to benefit from those rewards. But in the near future or next actions towards you, there's a difficulty of how to release, I guess, that past person, or that So I'm feeling Six of Wands. Isn't that the one card we got in the very beginning that I said and then it showed up? Yeah, right there, right there. Oh my gosh. So I'm feeling Six of Wands. Somebody is trying to see the five. Okay, I did some damage here. I did some damage. I didn't treat cancer right, or I did some, like something like I was maybe obsessed, consumed with my own difficulty, my own fear, my own pain, my own experiences. And because of that, I was overprotective of myself and possibly caused conflict, or wasn't able to give on the correct level. So, but there's this element of how do I shed that? How do I go about this with, well, where Cancer will see me in this whole new light? Look at the light. This is also that element of I really am shedding this old person. This person wants to do right. They want to be good. They want to do better. They've done a lot of inner work. And this, could be you. You may have to switch the roles around, but then Page of Swords, that's somebody who's really inquisitive and learning and looking on how to do it. And then you have the Emperor, somebody who's very stable and secure. So right now what they're doing, it looks like they're thinking about, they may not be totally out of the shadows, but they're definitely working on it. I think they want you to see, or you want them to see, look at that. The sun, what does the sun do? It lets us see things, lights everything up. So I think this person wants to see you to see them as happy. They want to see you to see that they can make you happy. Of course, they're going to have to show it. That's what this is saying. They're going to show it. They want to show it. Don't take that job away from them. Don't you go in, rush in and do all the work. Don't be the martyr. Don't be the one that gives them excuses, or, I'm feeling high priestess. You just lean back and let them do the work. Be open and receptive and happy, right? But just if this person needs to prove themselves to you, then I'm just saying, let them do it. You don't take that job over for them. Don't interrupt it, is what I'm saying. Okay. Look at that. Strong foundation. So it looks like this is going to come in fast and passionate. There is a lot of work that's going to be put into it. Just building this foundation. And a Strength card. Lizard. This lizard is standing out. I don't think I've ever noticed it. That might be significant for someone. I think, let's do it. Animal spirit. But yeah, somebody's coming in. It looks like they are going to put some strong effort into this. And see the different moon phases? This is looking like it's got that feel of it's about time. Four of Wands. Celebration, stability, effort, passion. Sounds like brand new start. Let's do an animal spirit, and then we can do a yes, no question. Or let's just do the yes, no question now. So while you guys stop the camera at 333 on the clock when I said that. Stop the video if you need to think. You can't change your question after I let go. Okay. Oh man. Whoopsie. I'll pick these up. That usually is my unknown. Let me see if I have that deck. Okay, so I'm going to draw a card for that because that typically means I draw a card. Come on. Oops. Nope. So it says, trust the process. Let it breathe. Okay, and this was the one that showed right when I picked up the deck. Yes, if you stop trying so hard. And then don't force it. Anything else? Dragonfly, the truth transcends illusion. So don't, wow, and then, so don't romanticize it. Don't make it into something it's not. Just, you know, be open to the truth. The truth transcends illusion. So dragonflies might be significant. Let's get a, which is kind of crazy because I was about to pull an animal spirit. Okay, wasp. Sometimes life stings. Let it go. Don't, you know, if somebody, here's something I just learned recently. If somebody does something really, it's so hard to say these things to you guys, because I know that in some situations when somebody wrongs you, it's just done. You just need to be done, right? But there's sometimes people say things and I had somebody else come in and go, well, he didn't mean that. He said that out of hurt, you know. But my tendency was to just obsess over, how could he say that to me? I can't be with somebody that would say that to me. And I had this, you know, other person going, let that go. It didn't mean anything. Like it was just, that is obviously somebody just, you know, lashing out and hurt. So normally where I would just be I would just be obsessing over, what does that mean? How did he say that? Why would he say that? That's just so awful. I would never say anything like it. But because I had this other person going, oh my God, get over that. Let it go. You can address it with him later, you know, when he's not so emotional. And totally gave me this different idea. And then this mindset. And I did. And then I did address it later. And he was like, I thought it was not okay. I'm so sorry. But what happened was he opened up about feeling, you know, like he had lost me, and I'm just saying, I mean, sometimes you got to look deeper than the surface level. You know what I mean? So somebody, I don't know why I said that story. Somebody might have said some things that sting. Okay. And that just happened to me 2 days ago. Oh my gosh, turn knowledge into wisdom, which goes along with this. Truth transcends illusion. Turn knowledge into wisdom. I want to read that. Oh, do I have the book? Where's the book? Here it is. Okay, wasp spirit. So yeah, I'm really feeling like that story I just shared with you guys is probably pretty relevant somewhere. Somebody said something that they didn't mean. I guess to sum that up, you could just make sure you're looking at the bigger picture, okay? Not just surface value. But let's read that. Not all that spirit creates in nature is easy to love, but when we look through the eyes of the wasp, we recognize that even though sometimes life stings, there is a purpose for pain, just as there is a purpose for wasps in the natural world. Wasps keep insect populations down, supporting the growth of plants. So too, the sting of life may hurt, and you may feel deeply disappointed or even resentful that wasp spirit has shown up, but you will soon come to see Spirit has something wonderful in store. You may well come to realize that being stung led to something far better than you had envisioned for yourself. Perhaps behind the scenes, Wasp Spirit was conspiring with Spirit to ensure that you could grow something of value to you. Spirit has a plan, and Wasp Spirit plays a part. So some benefit out of a sting here. You know? Have you ever looked back and been glad your prayers weren't answered because the path you took led to something far better? Wasp Spirit is a reminder to reflect on those times, for today's sting may hurt, but something better awaits you. So the protection message says, are you holding on to anger, jealousy, or resentment because you got stung? That's, I think, what is pulling for me, what I was feeling here. If somebody says something and they didn't mean it, and then they regret it, and then they're sorry, then I think just don't harbor that resentment. You can say, hey, that's beyond what I'm okay with. Don't do that again. Don't do that. That's not okay. You can't do that if you want to be with me. You can still have boundaries, but I think you address it and then you have to let it go. Or could you have stung yourself by comparing yourself to others? There will always be someone who someone else who is more successful, happier, thinner, richer, etc. Jealousy is the false belief that you can't have what you want, or someone could take away something that was supposed to be yours. Let it go and release all those feelings that are making the sting hurt long after the stinger has been removed. Wasp spirit has woken you up, and now you are called to trust that disappointment can lead you to a different, better path. Align with spirit now and trust that this too shall pass, and is already doing so, for the pain subsides when you stop telling the story of how much it hurt. Wow. The pain subsides when you stop telling the story of how much it hurt. So somebody, I think, may have a tendency to hold on to hurts that could actually be worked through, talked through, resolved, and let go of, okay? So in the comments, let's do manifestation in the comments. I'll start a manifestation. I am trying to do the glow thing where I like visualize money raining. This one's with a money funnel raining down on you. So we're trying to manifest money. We'll do that in the comments, but we'll also put something in there about releasing, you know, the sting or anything that doesn't serve you. I don't know, come up with one. And then if you want to be a part of the manifestation or the intention in the comments, please thumbs up it, read it, add to it, put your own in there, and we can all do, you know, like group manifestation. But yeah, that was pretty nice. Let me see. I don't feel like letting y'all go yet. What else do we have? Oh, I know. I'm going to do Soul's Journey. And there you have it. First card. I am a limitless being, and I can manifest whatever I desire in this physical reality. So I'm going to put that in the comments. You guys, please, if you want to be, this video will circulate all over the world. So put yourself in there, you know, do a thumbs up, say I affirm, whatever. Just something to get in the, you know, to get your energy into this manifestation or intention. I release the need to know all the answers. So we need to do something about past hurts. I love when the cards, the colors coordinate like that. I can release my need to control. I know that I am never alone. One more. I love these cards. Turn knowledge into wisdom. Let's not forget that. So that one reminds me that sometimes we can get, okay, I understand that a mistake is only an opportunity to learn. Okay, so make sure you don't, you know, beat yourself up over stuff. But this one is, be careful not to get stuck in, you know, the hunger for information, where we watch uplifting video after uplifting video. And we just keep going, you know, the more I watch this, something's going to flip a switch in me, and I'm going to get up and get going, and you're waiting for this motivational spark. You know, don't be addicted to the information is what I'm saying. Actually put it into action. And sometimes we need momentum more than we need motivation. So when you take the first few steps, then the momentum carries you through, and then your mind will follow your actual physical steps. Versus if I can just focus, you know, get my mind ready, get my mind motivated, that might actually be backwards. Take the steps first, then your mind will follow. So physical, you know, it's like top down or down up is in neuroscience. And I hope I'm making sense. Start using the knowledge that you're getting instead of just, well, that was good, that was great information, and then on to the next video is what I'm trying to say. Hopefully I'm saying that pretty clearly. All right, Cancer, let's talk in the comments, and I will affirm all of your comments if you put your own intention, or you affirm or receive the one that I put. Look what I just saw on the floor. See, so there is something strong here about visualizing and believing. Okay, letting go of past hurts, past beliefs, and just focusing on the future. Another thing that just came to me is somebody that has where I say that doesn't apply to me. So somebody, you know, these thoughts in your head, these beliefs in your head, like, well, I'm not capable of that, or those kind of things don't happen for me, or, you know, social media is only 1%. Most people fail, whatever, any kind of things, thoughts like that you have. I want you to get in the practice of saying to yourself, that doesn't apply to me. You know, like I don't have to be, when somebody says that's a really hard, opening a restaurant is a really hard business to succeed in, you know, the percentages are XYZ, then I want you to go, well, that doesn't apply to me because I'm going to be the superstar. You know, there's some mental adjustment here that you guys could work on. But this is two people who love each other, two people give. You've got somebody coming back that wants to have this new bright start. So we just, you know, make sure that it's warm welcomed, if that's what you want, and then you address the things that hurt you and that are not okay, right? But then you got to let go of it, any kind of anger. I'm all over the place. Okay, I love you, Cancer. I'll see you in the comments. Bye, Cancer.